Cool. All right, next block, MadMegaX. I'm gonna do Bugs Bunny real fast. A little bit of Bugs Bunny birthday blowout.
I messed it up.
It's okay. No, you're good. No, you're good. And then it'll clear that. So, all right, I'm gonna count this down, and we'll go on starts at 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you. All right, so. It'd help to have the mic, I bet. All right, good. Just making sure I got all my stuff recording. So here we are. We're going to play some Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout. This is one of my favorite games from when I was a kid. It's a classic. Bugs Bunny's 50th birthday was 80 years ago, give or take, or 30 years ago, so he's 80 now. But they're throwing a party for our man Bugs, so he wants to go and hang out with his friends, because who doesn't want to go to a birthday party with their friends? Besides me, I don't. I don't like birthday. I don't want to celebrate my birthday. But Bugs does, so we're going to get him to his party here. And we're going to deal with all kinds of Looney Tunes. But before we deal with the Looney Tunes, we're going to deal with all kinds of weird stuff instead. Like anthropomorphic mallets, soapboxes, and other things. I've tried to do that jump in practice a handful of times already and couldn't get it, so we're not going to try. The biggest thing here is to try to minimize how many carrots you collect. But, mostly because we don't want to play this bonus round at the end of the stage here, which we saw briefly there. The real key is to not have one show up at the end of each world, and that should not be a problem. But there are 4 stages per world, and so we're on the second of those. And the big thing to do here is to just remember the routing so I don't, fall off and die unnecessarily. Hop up here, jump. If we're good, we don't get that carrot, which is the goal. We're trying not to get those. You can do that only catching 1 carrot, but that's okay. Here's Tweety. Tweety is the worst, and we got him nice. So far, so good. Tweety is a massive pain in the butt. We are lucky to not have to deal with him too much. So let's keep on moving here. This jump here is a little tough because I'm supposed to walk off, and those are single frame jumps, but because this game runs at a blistering 15 to 17 frames per second, we don't have to worry too much about those. They're a lot easier to make than a lot of other single frame tricks in a lot of other games. So we try to do that. We try to use that to our advantage. I picked up an extra carrot there. Did not mean to grab. That's okay. Just gonna walk here, not get hit by those cheese balls. And picked up 2. Hey, Cab.
I need to just find some food before I get back to work. But now I can forgot that you're here.
Yes. All right, so we got 1-1 up. That's really the reason why we're trying to avoid the carrots in the whole first place, is that mini game takes up time. We don't want it to take up time. It is slow and we don't like it, so gonna try to avoid it in the future. If we do this right, we won't collect any of those carrots, but I did not do a very good job of avoiding things. So here comes our first main boss, our first Looney Tune, if you will. This is Wile E. Coyote. And there we go. We're 1 stage in the books. Got 5 to go, if I remember correctly. All right. So now we have our desert world. All right. Do not adjust your television set. That is an incredibly annoying noise that this game makes. That does happen. All right, good. We didn't take damage from the sprinkler bullet. The sprinkler bullets actually do 1 full HP of damage, so we don't want that to happen. tried to make the jump over there and could not do it. Those platforms disappear somewhat quickly, not obscenely so, but you know, they're not slow either. It's okay, let's go through here. None of this is necessarily ideal, but we're still getting through it. Now this is Daffy. Daffy doesn't actually, like, you can't attack him. You can do nothing to him. You just kind of have to accept it. So, the second stage of our desert world, you can see that there's, the game will occasionally break out a, it will occasionally break out a, like an earthquake sequence, but we're not going to worry too much about that. It really isn't too bad to deal with, and you know, this screen's a little tough, like especially if you're trying to take like a single frame jump there, but it's really fine. Now we're gonna get this hammer here because we'll see if I get the. There was no hammer there. That's a good sign. If you screw that screen up, you run into the hammer, and that's no fun. And so we have another Tweety here. Okay, we're gonna drag him over here. I think I hit him twice now. There it is. As I said, Tweety's the worst because he's invulnerable when he's hiding behind whatever foreground object he has. So you can't take him out that way. You have to just wait until he comes out. Now you can stack hits on him if you're quick, but it's a little tough and my rhythm isn't ideal presently, so. Didn't want to take that hit. That's too bad. Or that one. As soon as I was trying to jump over, but Bugs is a little slow. Again, the bullets do a full heart of damage. Otherwise, you usually get about 6 HP per heart. So they're one of the few things that actually does like legitimate damage to Bugs. Like, I can take that hit without too much difficulty, but on the bright side, anytime you die, you lose some carrots, so that does take away. Whoop! Oh boy! Oh boy! Let's go the other way, hey? Let's go up here because we've put ourselves into a bit of a pickle in our health here. We are one hit away from death, so let's not do that to ourselves. Go. 2, 3, out of the way. No bonus, that's fine. We want no bonuses as much as we can help it. Now, you can usually just walk straight over this. Yep. We're going to walk over these as well. Take a little bit of damage. I think we're okay here in terms of health, I hope anyways. I would think we're probably going to be okay. There is no way, as far as we know, to get from that screen down there to this screen up here, though they clearly are wrapped around one another. It's supposed to be the same area, but they are not actually connected as far as as far as I, or as much as I'm aware anybody else knows. All right, so here's Yosemite Sam. This boss used to give me a ton of trouble as a kid, but he's not too bad as long as your movement is crisp and you move decently well. No bonus round there where we have to do whack-a-mole, luckily. And now we are in the mountains. I was trying to kill the flame enemies. All drop health when you kill them, so sometimes I might elect to do that just to make some of these sequences a little easier on me. As a handful of these sections are a little dangerous. It's okay, plenty of health to get through this area here. We're gonna try to do a jump here. Look at that, and go under. It's dangerous, I don't know why I bothered, but we did it and it worked. So we're good. Cool, 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 cool. So now, 3-2. I'm gonna try to, oh, we did not have good movement there. We were trying to ride that, you know what, we're gonna grab this health here. So when Bugs takes damage, he can no longer swing his mallet until the stars around his head leave. And that's a real annoyance for me as a speedrunner here, because sometimes I'll be taking damage and you know, it kind of puts me in a bad position where I'm collecting carrots here now, and oh, it's all bad. If we're lucky, we should be able to slide. Now we picked up that extra heart, so we should be okay to get through this next little area here. The key is going to be, for me, to remember where the false blocks are, because that's what happens if you don't. Well, I also was pushed the flame enemy there on the top screen there. Unfortunately, I got clipped into the top of one of those. Where I want to be is I want to be on this top part here, and I know where all of the broken blocks are on that top row. I did not know where they were on the bottom one. But here's our first run-in with Mr. Fudd. He's a famous hunter. All right. So I think that's 5. Okay. It'd be really funny if I rocked out a, if I pulled out a 50 burger on one of these, I would think. Shit. Oof. Took more damage than I wanted to in multiple ways there. Okay, we have a full heart, but that's should be enough. We just can't take certain types of damage. Yes, so the lava also does a full heart of damage. And we take that damage from that first cheese ball there so that we don't take damage by the lava. Unfortunately, we've gotten a little unlucky. We're jumping into that one invisible block there, and it's causing us some problems. We'll take that. Get the little extra health boost. I don't think that's a bad idea. Can luckily use those carrots as platforms after you collect them, which makes movement in certain areas a lot more convenient, you know, like I'm a fan. Unfortunately, we had a situation there where Bugs had stars circling around his head and he could not swing his mallet, which happens. We're gonna go up this way. I'm gonna take it super safe. There we go. Cool. We are going to have so many one-ups when this is over. It's awesome. Definitely excited about all the one-ups I'm getting. We want to be up here so we can jump on that through here. make it right through there, take no damage. Super awesome. Now we do that because it actually pushes that one enemy back, and I find that it's very helpful. I don't know why I stopped there. The proper thing to do is to just go. You don't have to worry about it. This is what happens when you're a little rusty. I've died a lot already on this run. I swear I know how to play this game. All evidence to the contrary in front of you. So let's keep moving here. Like I said, we hit him so that we take that damage a little later, so that we can get through there only taking that contact damage. Now from here we jump there and then over, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Now we have way too many carrots, but luckily 10 isn't going to trigger a bonus game. I think you need at least 15. It might even be 20. But here's Sylvester and his small friend. Luckily, they didn't take us out. And that is half the game now, so we're somewhat on pace for not failing. Now we get some spooktacular music here. That's bad. Didn't want that to happen. We can't see. You gotta go down here. I think you can make that jump right out of there, although it's also possible that because I didn't do the movement especially cleanly, that would not have worked. So that waterfall will do a full tick, a full heart of damage, so we try to take damage going into it so that we only lose, you know, a small bit of health as opposed to a large bit of health. We're going to skip that there, nice and safe. El rock, sir.
It is the blowout.
So we're going to hopefully... Oh. We have to be careful of this 1-ton spring here. If it jumps off, it will cause massive problems for all. So we're going to send it back where it came from. When it lands, it breaks everything and the screen shakes. It's just annoying. So we're going to try to avoid having to deal with that. Nope, didn't make the jump. You can make that jump. It's one of those frame perfect ones where you just got to like hold A and he will, and Bugs will keep going up even if he bonks his head as long as you are holding A. So it gives you a lot more freedom to take jumps earlier and sort of use the geography to help you move around a bit. Oh no. I was super slow. You should be able to do that before you lose visibility by the oil can going out or causing smoke. I'm not exactly sure why the oil can catching on fire makes everything dark. I would think that it would bring light, but I'm also not a Looney Tune, so what the hell do I know? And I'm just collecting all of the carrots apparently. It's a challenge run for maximum carrots apparently. Can't dodge them to save my life. Got that kill though. It's kind of cool that. So what happened there is that the black disappearing platforms there, those can just kick you to the left or the right as you fall through them sometimes. And because I had taken damage there, I couldn't actually see where Bugs was to correct for it, and I should have just been holding right it wouldn't have been a problem, but I was being lazy, and I was punished for my hubris, so gotta love it. It's okay. It happens. It's nothing to be too worried about. Yeah, especially if you were like in the middle of the platform when after it disappears and comes back, it will just pop you in one direction or the other. So that's what I should have done the first time, and I did it bad. All right, here we have Tweety Bird. And we got him. 2 good Tweety Bird fights.
I will never not get weirded out that Tweety Bird is a villain. Like, that's just weird for me.
Well, I mean, you fight all of the, like Elmer Fudd, Tweety, Sylvester. You fight Sylvester and Tweety.
The other 2 do villainous things.
Yes.
You also can't imagine those 2 teaming up, so weird. Games doing stretchy things with the lore.
Exactly. So, see, this is 3-3, I think. So I don't really mind if I get another bonus game at the end of this one. We're not going to worry too much about bonus games and problems associated with them. I gave myself a little bit of extra time in the estimate for that, which is good because I clearly forgot how to play this game. Died a lot, but it's fun. I do enjoy. We're going to walk through that oil can because when we do, again, it gives us a single tick of damage instead of a whole heart. We try to avoid taking a whole heart's worth of damage. I don't know why he took damage and didn't get knocked backwards. When you stand on an enemy and hit them, they should go backwards. But, duck season. Wabbit season. No bonus. Sorry, no bonus. Sorry, no bonus. No bonus for you. Take this hit. Thought that one of them got me there for a second. I didn't mean to take that hit. That's not good. Should be okay. There should be health coming up, if I remember my stage correctly. Okay, we're just gonna sit here for a moment. You can make some of these cycles, like if you're super aggressive, but I have not been playing well enough to warrant such aggression, so we're gonna be a little more cautious. Troll blocks. And we get that big one up here, which is nice because now we deal with the stinky man himself, Pepe Le Pew. Come here.
So much bigger than bugs, too. Pepe's massive.
Yeah, Pepe's massive. I mean, all of the sprites, they blew up for most of the characters, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's another 10 hearts for me. And now for some of the harder platforming in the game, I think this stage is relatively unfriendly in terms of specifically these. They can be very tough to get to. They move not so much randomly, but where Bug sits on them changes. Like he'll sit up higher or lower. And that can make getting onto or off of them much more dangerous. So I'm going to be taking them a little more cautiously than I would under probably ideal circumstances. But this is the first time we've picked up one of these things where it changes the music. When you change the music like this, Bugs actually gets a super high jump, and that's really the big deal. But it also lets us do a couple of things here like this. Luckily we didn't get hit, so I can just hop right up there. If you try, you cannot make that jump under regular circumstances. You need the special power up to be able to jump that high. So there's a few sections there where you can get tagged. Your movement has to be a little closer, but it worked out okay. As I'm playing this, I now begin to realize I don't actually remember the layout of this stage in particular, so we're going to see what happens.
Doing it live.
We're doing it live. I think I'm going the right way. That's the mallet, which I don't need. And unfortunately, you can't take the mallet. The mallet doesn't affect bosses. So you can take the mallet into... oh no. Too low. I need to go all the way. I need to go all the way up, I believe. And I was trying to stay low.
It's called DRS for a reason.
Yeah, I probably should have looked at this before I fired it up. But I was like, you know what? I have time. Nobody's here. I haven't played this in a minute. It's relatively forgiving. And hey,
You get a ton of extra lives in this game.
right. And also, I mean, if I don't want to, I can always just delete this VOD and nobody will ever see it. I just died in the same spot.
I was wondering about that.
As soon as I jumped down, I was like, oh, I haven't made it far enough to the right yet, huh? Cool. High level play here, folks. See, I don't think I'm going in the right direction here. I think I should be going lower, but I don't actually entirely remember where I need to... I know that I just need to get to the far side of the stage, and I'm having trouble making it. Here we go. This I remember now. Thank you, Frog, for the help. Yeah, now it looks familiar. All right. Yeah, this is not it's some grouchy fellow, but distinctly different from Oscar for obvious reasons. They are a net, in fact. They'll catch bugs in a net, and he'll like shake around. So, all right, that was great. I'm kind of hoping for a 50 burger. I'll get 5 in a row. Nope, just 3. That's okay. All right, 5-3. This is one of the harder stages in the game because you have this to deal with here, and some more of these bad news spires here, or vines that we have to jump around. We're going to jump over here. Okay. Okay. Whew. That is a scary sequence. You don't have long to avoid those. So it felt good to not get killed by that. So let's slide through here. We're just gonna walk on down. Unfortunately, you have to hop on these elevators. You can't just jump off and be done. That's 5-3 out of the way. No bonus, sorry. That's okay. I'll live. This is not the route, but we're just basically going to go as far to the right as possible here. Good enough to get through. So this stage, or this boss here, that is a Foghorn Leghorn. We can do nothing to Foghorn Leghorn, but we can beat on the little fellow up there in the corner, and when he dies, so does Foghorn Leghorn. So that's how we deal with, that's how we deal with him. All right, so 6-1, this is the final stage. This is where things get, I don't want to say that they get scary, but this is a pretty scary set of stages here. There are a lot of spikes, there are a lot of places to take a lot of damage very quickly. some tight jumps and things, but hopefully we get relatively clean execution. And also the music slaps. Like, I love the music in this game. I actually think it's pretty good. Especially some of these later stages. I think stage 3 has great music. I think this stage has good music. And we are making good progress. So first up is our next run-in with Mr. Daffy. No more for him. No more bonus. Ideally, we won't have any more bonuses for the rest of the run, but we might end up with at least one, depending upon how many of these carrots that I grab on this screen here or in the next couple of screens. Now we're gonna take it a little easy here. And also, that's how you change those so that they don't hurt you. You can actually just hit that and it will change the spikes to face the other direction. You can walk through them, they won't harm you, which is pretty nice, I gotta say. Okay, so that was a pointless endeavor because we just fell into the spikes and lost the heart that we collected anyhow, but it happens. There we go. Getting through most of the scary bits now. 6-3 can be a little terrifying, as can 6-4, but this is the last Elmer Fudd. This Elmer Fudd has actually ruined many a PB runs for many a player. He just catches you at a bad time. At 6-3. Here we get some pretty neat movement in terms of trying to ride these clocks up. So from here, we've got to be careful that we don't let that happen. And then there are false floors that are obvious by the fact that the floor has a weird spacing on it. So we have to avoid those, or lest we fall to our doom. There are none on this screen, but there are on later ones that look just like this, and you'd never know. But a lot of this we can just kind of like damage boost through without a ton of concern or fear. So right here, there's a broken floor, so we got to jump. Now the fast way to handle this is to actually go down through the spikes, obviously, but we're not going to do that. You got to be careful not to get tagged by that little spring there. It'll push you into the invisible floor, which you don't want. No, that's great. You can make this jump. All right. I was like, what are we doing? I know you can make it. So we've got 2 bonus rounds. As long as we don't get the 50 burger, I think I should still be right around estimate. Although we got a 5 up, so now it's getting tight. Well, I feel pretty comfortable saying that there won't be a game over. Be a pretty epic collapse on my part. Alright, so we can land here and just make our way. Mostly straightforward. This last sequence here. You'll also notice there are no carrots anymore. It's because there are no bonus levels, so the developers decided that there was no reason to give us carrots anymore. I mean, I guess I get it, but I mean, they still could have used them. They still could have been, platforms and whatnot, but they made this whole level to not have any. So, that's okay. got to be careful. Yep, we're going to fall right through all of that. Okay. Whew. We're okay, but if Taz hits us at all, we will be dead. So we're going to... Yes. Pink-haired Taz throwing footballs that are supposed to be pies, I think. I waited too long. I could tell as soon as I swung it was too late. That was bad. Nope, that was no good. Hello? Having some trouble with my controller here. It feels like I'm having to push the button twice to do stuff here. I don't know. It's poor Craftsman blames his tools, but also I suck, so maybe they both do. I don't know. Like I'm getting caught in that corner there. Like that's like it's like Mega Man 6 that'll happen to you. I don't know why it's happening to me here. Like generally he doesn't get stuck in corners like that. So I'm just not hitting buttons at the right time. Missed the window. But yeah, as long as he's towards the center, you're okay. It's the issue of if you're not at the center of the screen, or at the center of that platform, you can't quite make that jump. So, yo, could you please get on there? It's a second time where I've almost just thrown myself off that platform because he didn't want to get on the, there we go. See, I'm trying to do it safe, and honestly, I'm better at it dangerous. So what am I doing? Cool, so, all right. Cool, so Bugs arrives at his party. As you were saying earlier, L-Rock, all these guys are bad guys? And Bugs farts. Yeah, that's what that is. And then all the people were just beating the crap out of him. They want to wish him happy birthday. So, right? So cool. That's happy birthday, Bugs. Congratulations. And that's it for me. I will be back, I'm sure, but stick around. More NES Block on its way.